Have you ever wondered what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? When the very creature we feared for decades suddenly becomes the hero? Because that's exactly what's about to happen in Predator: Badlands. The movie Disney doesn't just want you to watch, they want you to rethink everything you knew about the Predator universe. I'm Jones, and welcome to the Ending Breakdown, where we dig into the scenes, secrets, and forbidden corners of stories Hollywood only shows you on the surface. And trust me, this one's deeper than you think. The Predator franchise began in 1987, a time when muscle, machine guns, and Cold War paranoia ruled Hollywood. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't just facing an alien hunter, he was facing the symbol of human arrogance. The idea that no matter how advanced we think we are, there's always something out there, better, faster, and deadlier. But now, after almost 4 decades, the story flips. For the first time ever, we're not watching the Predator hunt us, we're watching the Predator hunt himself. Sounds insane, right? Well, it's Disney, and they're calling it Predator Badlands. When I first read the production notes and leaked reports from the New Zealand set, one word kept echoing through my head. Why? Why would Disney take one of cinema's most brutal, primal icons and turn him into the protagonist? And then it hit me. They're not just rebooting a story, they're rewriting our empathy. Because this time the Predator isn't the monster, he's Dek, a young one-eyed runt from Yautja Prime, desperate to prove he's not the failure his family believes him to be. Dek's mission: to kill a creature the universe calls the Kalisk, an unkillable beast that has become more myth than monster. But here's the twist: as Dek begins his deadly journey, he's being hunted too. By none other than the cold, synthetic soldiers of Weyland-Yutani. Yeah, that Weyland-Yutani. The same corporation that gave us the alien nightmares. The same people who think morality is just a business expense. So if you thought this was Predator vs Beast, think again. This is Predator vs Machine vs himself. Now let's rewind to where the madness began. August 30, 2024, a quiet day on the film set in New Zealand. Disney's security was airtight, their crew silent, their actors hidden. And yet, what leaked from that set changed everything we knew about this universe. Director Dan Trachtenberg, yes, the same mind who gave us Prey, told Screen Rant that Badlands will show us a side of the Predator's world we were never meant to see. Not the jungle, not Earth, but Yautja Prime itself, the homeworld, a planet built on blood, honor, and an ancient rule. The weak do not survive, and right in the middle of that world is Dek, small, broken, one-eyed, the perfect underdog, or the perfect outcast. But here's the part that hit me like a plasma cannon blast. For the first time in history, the Predator has a partner. A synth, half robot, half soul, fully damaged. Her name is Thea, and she's not walking because she can't. She's legless, stranded, desperate. And Dek, he literally carries her on his back across the wastelands. The producers called it backpack. But you and I both know what that really means: burden. He's carrying his past, his guilt, his family's shame, and a machine that might betray him any second. Now pause for a second. Think about that image. A predator, the ultimate hunter, the icon of dominance, carrying someone else. Not as prey, but as a partner. That's not just bold writing. That's psychological warfare against 40 years of cinema. So why risk it? Why humanize the monster? Because, dear viewer, and if you've made it this far, you are my kind of viewer. The secret of Badlands isn't about alien worlds. It's about us, about empathy, about what happens when the creature we fear starts to look like the reflection in our mirror. By the way, before we dive deeper into the alien connection, and trust me, it's bigger than you think, make sure you subscribe to the Ending Breakdown right now, because I've got a few forbidden details that Disney didn't want on record, and if this video stays up, it might just rewrite everything you think you know about Predator vs Alien. Coming up next, the crossover no one saw coming, Weyland-Yutani's secret mission, the twin synths, and a connection to The Empire Strikes Back that will blow your mind. But first, ask yourself this: what if the Predator never wanted to hunt us in the first place? What if we were the distraction? So here's where things get even stranger. While Dek and Thea are dragging themselves across the Badlands, trying to survive the unthinkable, something else is watching. Not human, not beast, not even predator, it's Weyland-Yutani. And they didn't just send soldiers, they sent synthetics. Perfect machines made for one purpose: to capture the unkillable creature known as the Kalisk. But why? Why would a mega corporation travel light years just to hunt something that even predators fear? Because, my friends, Weyland-Yutani doesn't hunt for sport, they hunt for control. They believe whoever owns the Kalisk owns evolution itself. Elle Fanning, yes, the same actress who once played fairy tale innocence in Maleficent, is now two beings at once, Thea and Tessa. Two identical synths, one broken, one powerful. One wants freedom, the other domination. And both desperately human in the way only machines can be. Dan Trachtenberg described them as mirrors of humanity's obsession with survival. but I'd say they're mirrors of our guilt. Because every invention we create eventually replaces us. Now, here's where the alien connection sneaks in quietly, elegantly, and dangerously. Weyland-Yutani, the same name engraved on the chest plates of doomed space explorers since 1979. The same corporate signature behind every alien experiment, every cry for profit, every failed colony. Except this time there are no xenomorphs. Let that sink in. No face huggers, no acid blood, just a whisper of their shadow, a myth inside another myth. The producer called it a non-crossover, meaning it's not Alien vs Predator, it's Predator becoming Alien. But before you think this movie is just another sci-fi gimmick, listen to this. The crew actually built a new Yautja language for the film, not CGI gibberish. A real structured language designed by linguists who helped create Na'vi for Avatar. That's how serious Disney is. They want you to believe in this world, down to every click, growl, and word of the Predator tongue. And here's the secret they didn't advertise: every line of Predator dialogue is subtitled. Meaning, for the first time, you can understand what they're saying. Imagine that. After decades of silence, the monsters finally speak. And maybe we won't like what we hear. One of the wildest things I discovered while digging through set interviews was something called the backpack scene. Picture this. Deck trudging through the alien wasteland, a battered synth clinging to his back, whispering directions in a language he barely understands. He's limping, bleeding, exhausted. The air is toxic. The ground moves. And then something hisses in the distance. Is it the Kalisk? Or something worse? The producers called this their Empire Strikes Back moment. Because, according to Dan Trachtenberg, he pitched the film as Chewbacca and C-3PO the movie. Yeah, laugh for a second, because that's both hilarious and haunting. A predator carrying a talking robot across a world trying to kill them both. And speaking of killing, let's talk weapons. This movie's arsenal is an art gallery of destruction. From glowing red swords and plasma bows to scavenge bones turned into blades, every weapon tells a story. Deck's gear is scrap metal compared to his father's elite armor. He's the underdog even among killers. One-eyed, scarred, wearing armor that looks like it was stolen off a dead rookie. But that's the beauty of it. He fights smarter, not harder. At one point, he literally rips a vulture's beak off and turns it into a gauntlet blade. That's not brutality, that's creativity under pressure. And that's why audiences will root for him. Creature designer Alec Gillis, the same legend who built the original Predator in 1987, said this film felt like the old days. Hot glue guns, latex suits, real weight. You can feel the creature's breath again. Oh, and then there's Squirt. Yeah, you heard that right. A small snake-like creature Deck finds in the wild and somehow trains. It sits on his shoulder and spits two chemicals that ignite when they touch the air. Basically, a living flamethrower pet. You're telling me Disney made the cutest war crime ever? Yes, they did. But underneath all the tech blood and metal, something deeper is brewing. Because Badlands isn't about the Predator killing his enemies. It's about proving his worth to himself. It's about family, rejection, and the desperate hunger to belong. Deck's father thinks he's worthless. His clan mocks him. Even his body, his missing eye, reminds him every day that he's not enough. But when you strip away the armor, the weapons, the mythology, isn't that just us? The runt trying to prove he matters. The outcast who refuses to die quietly. The underdog who keeps fighting even when no one believes he should. And that's the part no one expected from a Predator movie. Heart. Director Dan Trachtenberg once said, "I wanted to make an action movie my mom would enjoy." Think about that, a Predator film for his mom. That's not selling out, that's evolving. Because after 38 years of blood and fear, Badlands finally asks the one question we never thought to ask: what makes a Predator human? Now, before I wrap this up, I want to throw this question straight at you. If Deck, a creature bred for violence, can show empathy, carry a friend, and choose not to kill when he could, then what's stopping us? Are we still the heroes of our own story, or just the next species waiting to be hunted? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Tell me what you think the real ending of Badlands means. Because I have a theory, and it's dark. But hey, if you're new here, subscribe before the algorithm hunts this video down like a Yautja in the jungle. This is Jones, and you've just survived the ending breakdown. Remember, in every story, someone's the prey. Just make sure it's not you.